Darren, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Explain to me what Vince McMahon is doing with the $100 million worth of WWE shares that he cashed in.
Morning, Dan. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so there was a report about a week ago, actually on Deadspin, about the fact that Vince McMahon's or the WWE's lawyer was associated with a company called Alpha Entertainment through a trademark filing for RFL, which people thought would be Ultimate Reality Football League. And so, I was just sitting on this to see, hey, what's going on? Is this McMahon doing something? And yesterday, the WWE, as they have to do, they filed a filing with the Security and Exchange Commission saying that Vince McMahon was selling $100 million worth of shares to fund Alpha Entertainment, which was the company on that original trademark filing, and that one of its goals was professional football. Now, whether that is he wants to buy a NFL team or not, that's what was the next step for me, or is it XFL too? Then, hours later, on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, Alpha Entertainment, it came up. It takes a couple of days after these filings happen. Alpha Entertainment filed for 5 trademarks to XFL. So that kind of, you put it all together and you're saying, wow, it looks like he's really going to do this thing again.
What can it work now? How does it work differently than they failed last time?
Well, okay, so I think it's going to have to either be gimmick or football, and he has to choose. It can't just be a lot of gimmicks with some football. That either has to be all gimmick, which is basically wrestling, that he draws out the plays, he determines who wins, he hires a mix of athletes and actors and makes it a live drama, or he actually competes with the NFL for talent. And when I say competes, because it's got to be good football, it's not like the USFL in the early 80s where if they just beat out the NFL money, guy like Herschel Walker wasn't close, but and Steve Young wasn't close, but sometimes they just beat him out and the USFL got it. He would have to pay 3 to 5 times what the NFL would pay some of these guys. And maybe because they'd be blackballed potentially, they might never go back in. Obviously your NFL is the dream. Whatever XFL 2 is not necessarily the dream. If he wants to do real football, he's going to have some of the gimmicky guys who weren't given a chance, but it can't be all of them. It could be Tebow and Manziel, but it's also got to be, I don't know, someone who's pretty good, who's still in the prime of their career, if you want it to be football.
All right, let me throw this out, though. What if Vince McMahon is cashing in this kind of money because he's going to make a run at the Carolina Panthers?
Could be. The only thing I had was that obviously he has this Alpha Entertainment. Maybe it's one big red herring, and he needs to, keep people away. Obviously, if we knew that he was a bidder in an NFL team, that could drive up a price. Maybe the whole XFL filings are, again, red herring. Mm-hmm. But it seems like it's a second shot at this league. Now, if he starts to trump football, we also know he's close to Trump. If he, points out, hey, everyone, please stand for the national anthem, thank you. Obviously, Kaepernick's not getting a job in that league. But there would be a reason for him to say nothing to see here, and keep people away from if he is bidding for an NFL team, because maybe you could lose a couple $100 million if you know that Vince McMahon is bidding to ratchet up the price.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious with this. So McMahon has not said anything on the record here with this?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right. All right, well, I appreciate your time, Darren. Thanks for joining us. I know you'll stay on the case.
You got it. Happy New Year, Dan.
You too, Darren. Darren Rovell, ESPN sports business reporter there.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.